and then you, and we'll go.
Great.
And we're going now on Thankful Thursday Reflections. Again, Kathy, where the heck is the time going these days?
I don't know, Jeanette. Hi, I'm Kathy, co-founder of Gratitude Appreciation Summits International. And I don't know, time is flying by so incredibly fast. You should see my day planner at work. There isn't one space left for writing. It was that crammed full. Yeah,
and I think when you're living in a joyful life and you're looking for those happiness moments,
yeah,
I believe time goes faster. When you're sitting and mulling life over.
I agree.
So let's find out. We have this special guest tonight, Jerry Sullivan. How are you, Jerry?
Doing great, thank you. Good to see both of you.
Well, it's great to see you too. And I see you're in your car. I hear you. Did you win the game tonight? Well,
this was an exciting night because we were down 8-0, and we had a come from behind victory. I injured my quad getting on base. It's a little. I think I need to get ice in, but it was enough that we scored in the bottom of the last inning and took home the victory. I'm so excited.
Woohoo! Congratulations! Yay! Well, thank you for taking time to meet with us tonight at such a late hour, because I know you're a couple of hours ahead of us. So I know that you and Jeanette have met online. Tell us a little bit about that, Jeanette, and let's dive in.
Well, at the Grand Connection, it's an online virtual networking where we network with people all over the world. And I don't think Jerry and I ever ended, no, we did end up, I think the last Zoom room where you go in and you network kind of off the big screen and you get to know each other tighter. And we had a connection there, and I love what he was doing and what he was saying. And then I went back and looked at the chat, because you chat, it's the modern day business card these days. And what Jerry told in reality, in the conversation, and the real conversation, was exactly backed up in his words in the chat. And there was a kindred spirit in Jerry with your words you were using.
Oh, she's frozen.
The words that you did in the chat, the kindness words, the gratitude words in the chat.
Yes, I think I have settled on it's always been important to me. Well, I should say for a long time, and I often have these conversations with my kids. And in fact, my daughter last night was teaching a dance class, and she called me and she said, "I have to say something after what happened in Texas." She said, "I'm trying to find the words," and I said, kindness and gratitude. You've got to, if you can get there, there's always a reason to be grateful, and just cut people slack, give people a break. We need it now more than ever.
What's your background? Yeah, what's your background, Jerry?
Well, I have a software company that I've had for decades. My other part of my background is I do professional sports. I do computer graphics and statistics for professional sports, and I've done 4 Summer Olympics.
Wow.
So I'm not sure, more recently than, with the pandemic, sports got shut down, and so did the other thing I would do is digital signage, which is putting screens in corporate buildings and elsewhere. And that kind of got shut down when people stopped going to the office. And so I thought, well, what can I do? And I started producing basically Zoom meetings and trying to bring my broadcast skills to the virtual meetings. And it's just really been fun, and it's just been amazing people that I've been able to work with. I feel so fortunate working with a lot of facilitators, people who were ready to retire, who had decades of experience, who traveled around the world teaching communication skills, leadership skills, emotional intelligence. And we joke that I brought them back from the precipice, and I said, "No, you can't stop. I'll guide you through. We'll do this, help with the technology, help with the aesthetics, the graphics, the on camera. Now, this would be the worst example right now of how you should look on camera. I apologize for that because I'm at this baseball field late at night, but I thought at least it's authentic.
That's okay. And you took your headband off, so it looks a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly.
No worries. We're all about living in the moment and making the most of every moment of our lives and living each moment of our lives through gratitude. And you exemplify that. I mean, taking time tonight. I mean, you didn't have to do this tonight. Could have waited till next week, but, you live and breathe that live in the moment kind of momentum.
Yeah, I said to someone, I want to do all the stuff. It's kind of joke. There's a group of friends, and it sounds like we have a similar issue with saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I have to say it has served me well, and I think you'd probably say the same. Sometimes you can get in some trouble, but it's really there's so much amazing things in this world, and so little time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know I've said that to Jeanette many, many times that I'm looking forward to retirement because I want to do all the things I want to do. Right. I have more things to do than life left. So I was joking with my daughter a couple of weeks ago saying I'm going to live to 150 because that's what I need to fulfill all of my dreams and things that I want to do with my life. So, yeah.
It's so true. And the people that we're meeting like yourselves, I often say when I'm connecting with people, whether it's in the direct message on the social media platforms or like this, and they'll often ask me, they go, Jeanette, why do you really want to connect? And I often say, do you want the real reason or do you want the business reason? And they're like, oh my gosh, I have a choice. And they go, give me the real reason. I said, I just want to make friends around the world so I can come sleep on your couch and have a cup of coffee with you in the morning. That's I want to hear your story. I want to hear where you've got to. I want to appreciate where you've come from. You appreciate where I come from. And we just sit with a cup of coffee in the morning and let the day play out as it plays out.
Yeah.
And that's why we both have to live to 150, Kathy, because our calendars are going to be incredibly full.
Absolutely.
Well, you're certainly welcome in Chicago, both of you, and I hope you get here. I don't know if you've been here before, but I tell everyone it's the greatest city in the world.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go. Always wanted to go.
Got a few friends that are there, definitely, and now a new one. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm actually wearing my Kayak Chicago shirt because I am a kayak guide on the Chicago River and on Lake Michigan.
Wow.
And we just did an 18.5-mile paddle. I did with my brother, my sister, and my nephew this past weekend. And boy, are my arms tired.
I bet. Wow. Good for you. So as we close off this call, what kind of advice can you give somebody on, it's living in the present? Because you live in the present. How can we help someone achieve that without worrying about all this other peripheral stuff?
I think it starts off by being conscious about it, reminding yourself constantly, and just kind of checking in and saying, what am I doing and why am I doing it? All the time. I found myself asking that a lot. And eventually I found myself not having to ask it as often.
Good for you.
Because just have the awareness of what you're doing and why. And it kind of, it can be that simple, it seems to me.
I like that. That is nice. Very succinct. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for meeting with us tonight. We have a little tradition. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, so we'll do it for him because he's on the phone.
Yes. Well, we love to send out some kindness to the world, Jerry. And what we do is we rub our hands together. We're going to put some kindness on you because you're holding your phone tonight.
Yeah, I got my other hand here.
Perfect. And we're going to pump it 3 times tonight. 1, 2, 3. Kindness out to the world and healing for Jerry's leg, his quad.
Yes,
I like
absolutely. It. Much thanks tonight, Jerry. And those of you watching the replay, put down what are you doing to live in the present? and let's have a chat. Let's have a chat about that. What are you doing to live in the present? And we will see you next week. I think it's Jeanette and I, and we're going to give you a preamble of what's coming up in the next few weeks in June. So thanks for joining us tonight. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.